McDonald's is getting into the NFT craze.
Oh boy.
The McRib.
That's just gonna be worth.
No way.
You know what I mean? They're not giving very many away either. You got to get on Twitter.
Is the McRib back?
Well, they're giving them away.
They're giving them away
gotta get
on
McRib.
Twitter. And yeah, you're not going to win. It's probably. I think it's already been distributed at this point because it happened on November 1st. But yeah, this is part of the new craze. We're like, I mean, dude, we're reaching a point in the cycle right now where all these companies are launching NFTs and shit, and it's getting really, really similar to how it was in 2018, where we reached like a max capacity before everything went down.
Are people really excited about like big companies NFTs though?
I mean, people want NFTs because they're called NFTs right now, and that equals money to them.
Oh, I see.
Like, just the hype is so big.
There's that big auction recently, right? With a bunch of like it was like monkeys or something, board ape.
Bored apes.
Yeah.
Like getting all sold or whatever.
On Ethereum, yeah.
How much are they getting sold for? Do you know?
It's like somebody, I think a rapper bought one for like a couple million or something like that.
It's called Bored Ape Yacht Club.
Oh, isn't that the first? That's why.
It's one. CryptoPunks is the first.
OG.
This one's like the high end one, right? Like probably the
Who
highest.
blew up Bored Ape?
It is honestly, it was kind of like just a viral thing that happened.
Jason Chen did.
But there was some celebrities who got involved as well. Like, but basically, they're some of them have gone for like tens of millions of dollars.
Tens of millions? Dude, I heard like CAA was like gonna start representing them or like buying fucking.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't even understand the draw to stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish I did.
I know,
because
it's
I would
crazy.
like to play, but I just don't understand. Like even with like basketball, baseball cards, I'm okay, cool. You have a star player. He changed history or whatever. I get it. It's one of one, super mint condition.
There is a video that explains also how you can kind of double your net worth by buying and use like all the winnings you take on crypto or whatever into the NFT space. It's kind of like using cash and art in the real world
To avoid taxes.
to avoid taxes and all that, but also to increase the value or something like that.
Like the mechanism, I understand, right? Like buying things of assets and stuff like that. But then in the real world, when you have a Van Gogh or whatever, it's like this guy was a part of history. So that's the part I'm trying to understand. Like
it is still a part of history. It's just new history.
Exactly.
Well, that's the biggest thing about NFT is just like the scammability is super fucking high.
Yeah.
So that's why people are a little iffy about it, right? Because like one of the original art that was sold the most before all this Bored Ape shit was Beeple's art, right? So Beeple is fucking huge. He's always been a huge artist. He makes a new art piece every fucking day.
Super impressive.
His digital art pieces are fucking amazing too, right? So at the time there was.
So I haven't seen that, but I think I would lean more towards that because I understand that versus those don't look like it took much skill.
Exactly. So now you have people
Van
like
Gogh,
like Logan Paul. He's doing his thing, and it's it's trash, but somehow has value to it.
Yeah.
So this is where it starts to get a little fucking weird.
Yeah.
Because the original like idea behind NFTs or why artists really like it was based on the fact that it allows artists to make money. So a lot of the times when you have these things that are digital arts, they're JPEGs, right? You have it. Anybody can copy it.
Isn't that the one that sold for the most?
80 mil.
Wow.
People.
So you never fucking know. And so this guy that I had on my podcast named Tim Kang, he bought one for $777,000. And I think that by the time he came to the podcast, it was already worth like 1.2.
Whoa.
Yeah, people are flipping these things like crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm holding NFTs right now. I'm scooping them, but yeah, it's a huge industry right now. Which is, I mean, it's like art. And one of the cool things about them too is, so like if you scroll down, this is OpenSea is one of the main ones. They have all the different attributes, like the rare attributes, so people can kind of judge for themselves, not even based on personal preferences, but based on whoever issues it can make it rarer each one that they issue.
What's OpenSea?
OpenSea is just a platform for NFT launches.
I was hearing that the Bored Ape Yacht Club, they were having like pretty much like roadmaps of if you buy one of these, the owner of whoever created this will give you like special like rare pieces that go along with it, and then it could change your monkey's like look.
Yeah.
So if you get like 2 or 3 different serums, then it'll be like a zombie one.
You can mutate them. Yeah,
And
exactly.
it'll become like 3 in a row of one exclusive brand, and then you could sell that for even more because everybody wants a collection.
So they gamified the investment.
And
That's
depending
tight.
on who's doing it, right, you could also make it so every time it changes hands, the artist will always get a percentage of the cut for what it's sold for. So for example, if art's worth like 2,000 when you bought it, right? But then it sells for 4 million. Well, there's a thing inside that NFT that says I get 40% of that.
Smart
profit.
contract.
Yes. So there you go.
Yep.
So it allows a lot of like power to be given back to the artists for them to actually make money off of their art.
So each time it changes transaction, the artist wins.
And I hear a lot of like really high end like art galleries are getting into the NFT space because they're like, we might as well, right? Because it's such a hot commodity, whether they think it's legit.
It's not even just art, right? You could put the medical industry into NFTs, and it would be easier for doctors to have your records if it's an NFT. So like it's all on the blockchain, it's all a public ledger, right?
All the doctors can see it like that.
Well, no, you could use privacy networks in order to secure it so that you can keep your information private, but then the doctors could access it as an NFT, and then it would be nice and clean. You don't have to worry about record keeping being sloppy, which kills thousands of people a year. I don't know if a lot of people know that. Wow. And even doctors' handwriting kills.
Shitty handwriting, huh?
Shitty handwriting kills thousands of people a year. So
imagine that's why your fucking relative died. They couldn't read your fucking prescription, you know.
But yeah, putting this stuff on the blockchain and making it and creating a public ledger for it is super beneficial in many ways that people aren't even thinking of. Right now.
Making these fucking NFTs are expensive too, because you those gas fees and shit.
They can be, but if you go to, there's certain places, if you go to Mintable, for example, if you're an artist out there, go to Mintable and you can print them for free. Wow. Yeah. And so you don't pay gas to mint them.
It's the advantage of paying gas, though, because obviously people are doing it.
They're doing it to get on OpenSea generally, because on OpenSea, I'm pretty sure you have to pay gas to get on OpenSea. At least that's
A bigger market or bigger exposure.
Yeah, it's way bigger market. OpenSea is like where everybody goes right now to get NFTs.
The appeal of owning an NFT is just bragging rights and a theoretical increase in value for the future.
It's uniquely yours. Like it's yours. So like this one's yours, yeah, and nobody else has it. You could argue right now I could control click and save it, but it's not yours on the blockchain.
Right. So it's bragging rights. So like it's just to say that you own it.
Yeah, it's uniquely yours. Just like I could copy the Mona Lisa right now hanging on my wall, but it's not the Mona Lisa. Yeah. So it's the same idea as the Louvre can be like, we had the Mona Lisa, and they do, and they make money off of it.
I wish I was smart enough to understand.
Dude, as
You do understand.
No, dude, 'cause I'm like, why do people want a monkey wearing 3D glasses?
Why do people want to buy a shoe?
Very true.
Well, there's utility.
Yeah,
But they don't ever wear it. They just display
they
it.
put it in the closet.
Or like, why do they want a fucking $100,000 gun that they'll never shoot, but it has like a historical?
Yeah,
But
meaning?
a lot, yeah, exactly. The historical meaning to it, it's built into the story, the narrative. I don't know who made that. Do people know who made that?
Yeah, that's why it's significant. Yeah. Because there's a story to different ones, like the Cyberpunks is the first or whatever, and then or like the Terra Whales one that you guys were getting into. It's gonna be for the Terra network, so it's kind of like a meme for all the Terra Whales. Yeah,
There's a lot of the collectible stuff in the physical world. What makes that thing so valuable to people is that it also transcended its own industry, right? Like if you buy the Chris Kyle rifle, not only is it used in Afghanistan during that time, it was in American Sniper or whatever. Like there's like it goes like Jordans. Like people don't even know basketball. They love Jordan, or they love what it's about, or there's like it transcends it. Like so I understand where it becomes part of like the cultural and societal fabric that we're in. I'm still trying to understand.
this one's more niche. So it's
Yeah.
it's kind of like stamp collecting or like just any type of collecting and niche marketplace, but this is it just so happens that the people involved are just deep pockets.
Why do people buy new art? Right? Why don't people
Like contemporary art is actually one of the highest.
NFTs?
No. Contemporary art is one of the highest grossing like art. Like you like Rembrandts and all these are mad money, but contemporary art you'll get like 75% plus on like gains.
And also Nike just filed a trademark to get into NFTs as well. Wow. Yeah, they're looking at making NFTs for video games like Fortnite. And for branding.
And I do think that the novelty of just like everyone talking about it and it's new, and how everyone's bum rushing the market is also creating this like hype around it.
Building the foundation for the future.
But also, who knows if the value will stick? You know what I mean? Like
You can't predict that.
It might be like Beanie Babies for a lot of this shit, which I think it's gonna be. A lot of this shit, the value's not gonna hold.
No way. Yeah.
It's not. But the only different element here is that it's also like contemporary art or any art where like you can kind of hide money and add value to your money by owning these things too.
Well, like I own I own the first Tom Brady NFTs that ever were made, right? And I'm just counting on that being why they're valuable. Like that's it. You know what I mean? It's just shit like that. Like Tom Brady agreed that this is the first Tom Brady NFT.
Stuff like that, I think I understand more because I could like equate that to football cards, baseball cards, whatever. just the other ones. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so.
Just think about it like this: art doesn't mean shit. Like the way it's valued is so superfluous. It's only somebody who fucking is rich that goes, this is worth money, that's why it's worth money.
Exactly.
That is how obscure art evaluation is, right?
And if there's no buyers, then it's not worth that much. But if there's 5 millionaires that are fighting over this fucking jar of peanuts, no matter if we go, dude, you could buy this, I could remake it. They're like, I don't care, but there's 5 millionaires fighting over this bag of peanuts or whatever.
Now it's worth that.
Now it's worth that much. That's all it is.
And how relevant is it, right? So like my Uncle Bob had a huge comic book collection that was worth like $500,000, and the most popular ones were not the ones that he was buying as a boy necessarily, like some Monster House or some shit that nobody's ever heard of, some science fiction comics that nobody's ever heard of. It's all Superboy #1, Superman #1, or like Spider-Man #1, the stuff that lasted, right? The stuff that like went throughout generations. But like if he had, I mean back then, if he had Guardians of the Galaxy #1, nobody gave a shit. This is like 1995. Nobody gave a fuck, right? Yeah. So like because they brought that back, dusted off, brought it to a new generation, that's worth something again. But like, how much is this old art going to be worth something to a lot of younger people who are growing up getting money? You know what I'm saying? So this is like Pokemon cards when we were a kid. You're a lot of parents threw away Pokemon cards. Yeah. Right?
My parents gave all my Pokemon cards to this fucking kid I hated.
Yep.
And like I went to college, I came back, I was like, where are those cards? And she goes, oh, I gave it to that kid. I was like, where's he moved to Korea? I was like, you fucking moron.
Yep.
And then so like a couple of years ago, I
Hunted him down.
I found everything I had was like a mint first edition, and I sent my mom like eBay links. I was like, this is how much money you threw away. I was like, you fucking idiot.
And why are they valuable? Because we all grew up and we agree that they're valuable.
And now we're just older with deeper pockets.
That's it. Yeah. And we're the ones who make the money.
Yeah. Like I went on eBay and looked for some old Lego sets that I always wanted. It was a Pirates collection. Now it's worth thousands, dude.
Exactly, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted that too.
And I will buy it. I will buy it, dude.
Dude, I will front run your buy.
I'll buy that shit, and I'll have a pirate ship right here, and I'll be like, look at my pirate ship, motherfucker.